Hi, this is Steve Doubleday. Welcome back to the fourth in a series of short videos on setting up the sorry about the thunder in the background there. Setting up the R environment on the San Diego SuperComputer Center machines to run social networking stuff. So last time we got everything set up on Gordon in terms of source code, and now we got to get our R environment going. I hadn't talked about this last time, but on a Mac, to get a terminal window, you get into this terminal application, and you just do new window, and that defaults to a window on your machine. And we had a window before, and what I want to make clear here is, if I go here, this is where our source code was on the local machine, but we're done on the local machine. We can actually get out of this window, close it down, and all of the rest of what we're going to do here is over on Gordon. So let's pretend like we logged into Gordon for the first time, or we could still have our session open from last time. First thing we got to do is get ready with the right code. So there's a command called module list. Now we are, where are we? We're up, sorry, setting up the R environment. We're at step 5, installing packages for R, one time only. So we just did module list. We see bin utils, Intel 2011, and MVA PICH2. So it turns out that we don't need, it's actually more than that. We can't use the Intel compiler for what we're about to do. We need the new compiler. So there's a command on the wiki, copy and paste that in. We're going to do module switch. I'm going to switch out the Intel compiler for the new compiler. And for right now, it's new / 4.6.1. That's something that may change over time, but right now this is what it takes. If we don't have this compiler, then some of our code is not going to compile properly. In fact, by that I mean not our new code, but the stuff that, the packages, the libraries that R needs. Some of them won't compile. Okay, so it says it unloaded the library. Let's do module list again and see what we got. It actually unloaded two things: the Intel library and the MVA PICH2, and it replaced it with the new 4.6.1. So that's pretty good. All right, now next thing we have to do, we've got to get into R itself. In order to get into R, we got a little section here which says log in if you're not logged in. That's step 1. This second step is historical. You can ignore it. Third step says, though, we got to load the R module itself. What does that mean? It means that by default, when anybody signs into Gordon, they don't just have R ready to run. You're going to have to load it in. So it's module load R. Do a module list again, and we see that R has been added to our list of modules we can use. All right, so life is good. Let's start up R, and here we go. All right, there's R. Now, this next command, we're going to get this started, and then we'll explain what it's all about. So we were at this little section, testing the R GUI. If we go back to where we were just above in our setting up the R environment, we were in this step, installing packages for R. We've done step 1, and we just got into R. So now we're on to step 3, and we can copy this. Let's copy it and see if we can get this baby running. Okay, we're going to copy that and let it run. It's asking for a mirror. That's an R concept of where do you want to pull the code from. As it happens, I know that this mirror is pretty close to me, so I'll use that one. And off we go. Something is starting to happen. This is R doing compiles there using the new compiler. So this kind of races by, but you got to kind of watch it as it goes. See if you see signs of errors. That iGraph package that you just saw that's now compiling is the one that doesn't compile properly. If you don't do that module switch I talked about, you'll see errors later on if it doesn't work. So while this is chunking along, let's talk a little bit about what it does. This source command is an R command to go pull some R source. And where's it going to pull from? What's in quotes is a directory on our machine. The tilde says, go to my home directory, which in my case is /home/sjday. It'll be /home/your user ID for you. Then /r, that was the directory we originally created. /net, that was the directory that got downloaded from Git and then tarred up in our last video and sent across and unloaded there. And then one of the routines that's in there is something called package install.r. And it's just a set of install commands of this exact syntax, install packages. Let's go a second, still watch this. Install.packages, an example of multi-core is the package name. And where's it going to install it? It's going to install it in our home directory, that's tilde/R library. So our library is where all of these R packages are going to get put. And when we're done here, we're just going to go to the R library and we're going to see, we should see a directory for every package that we loaded. So let's kind of double check what we did here. We saw a bunch of stuff fly by. I didn't see any errors. I'm going to go ahead and quit. Let's say, I'll save the workspace image. But let's go figure out where we are. So let's see. Print working directory. We're in home. Let's see what we got. We've got our library. Let's take a quick peek. Well, let's do this. Let's go first to our source to see what it is we ran. Go to the net directory there. The thing we ran was this package _install.r. So if I take a look at that, less package, and I hit the tab to have it find that, complete that full name there. What does this do? It's an R program, pretty simple one, comments, and it just runs install packages. And so in this particular case, we installed Snow, SNA, multi-core, iGraph, network, string R, all these other guys. Some of this is for testing. Some of it is stuff that we'll need in order to do our analysis work. All right. The intent is to add, as we get new packages, that we need to add them to this so that when we set up the first time, we're not running the same install it packages thing over and over and over again. All right, so let's quit out of that. Those were the packages that we, the package commands we created. Let's go back up one more, and we should be able to go now to the R library. And let's list what we got there. All right, so we got a bunch of, oops, let's move this. We got a bunch of things created here, and we should, this is the list that we're supposed to see. This list here. Let's see if we got them all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. That looks roughly right. Let's just check them off. So Snow is there, SNA is there, multi-core is there, iGraph is there, string R is there, PLYR, digest, evaluate, test that, and miss tools. Okay, so if we didn't see the directory, or we saw errors fly by in the R output, we'd have to try it again manually. So whatever the problem package was, we would come over here, we would copy this command and try it from the R prompt, and watch it a little more carefully. Get an error message if we can, and then call for help. But it looks like in this case they're all there. All these directories. D says this is a directory. They're all there, and if we were to go into one of them, for example, let's just go into SNA and list what's there. There's a bunch of stuff. So it looks like that part has gone okay. So we've downloaded all of the code we need from the R mirror, and now we're ready to run some tests, and we'll do that in our next video. Talk to you soon.